Welcome to #MomLife, a show about the ups and downs and must-haves and mishaps of motherhood with no filter. Unless, of course, I say Hold up. Happy belated Mother's Day to all of my Mom Life mamas out there. I hope you had a wonderful day with your family, full of plentiful rest and no tantrums, and a gift or two wouldn't hurt either. Am I right? As always, we are kicking things off with Thing 1 and Thing 2, a segment where I compare 2 or more must-have products in the same category, list the pros and cons from my personal experience, and let you know whether I think it's worth splurging or saving on said item. Today we are talking about baby bathtubs because I don't know about you guys, but bathing my newborn baby was one of the scarier things that I had to address as a first-time parent. Babies, water, I just don't like the mix. It makes me really anxious and uneasy, so I wanted to make sure that my baby was as supported as possible when it came to bath time. I went through not 1, not 2, but 3 baths before I found the one that made me and my baby feel the most comfortable. The first one that I tried was on the lowest end of the spectrum. It was from Angel Care and it retails for $15. This bath is great in theory. I think the support that it provides works for a newborn baby, but it only really works for babies that are like newborn until maybe 4 to 6 months. Once your baby is starting to sit up or wanting to sit up and move a little bit in the bath, this bath is not going to work for you anymore. And because it has a mesh insert on the inside, you still have to have quite a lot of water to submerge the bathtub in order to keep your baby warm. All of the water just immediately drains through this mesh, so the baby's gonna be cold unless they're sitting in an entire bathtub full of water, or if you can fit this thing in your sink, I guess you could do that as an alternative. The next bath I tried was on the highest end of the spectrum. It was from Boone and it retails for $50. Now this bath is suited for newborns all the way up to toddlerville, but as far as a small baby was concerned, when I put Bowie in it, I felt like she was slipping all of the way to the front, which made me really anxious. The way this bathtub works for smaller babies is you actually prop it up on an angle, which should serve the purpose of keeping the newborn's face out of water in theory, except it's a really big bath and babies don't know to support themselves or push themselves up with their feet. So my baby's butt just kept sliding all the way to the bottom, and then the water line was getting way too close to her face. The third bath I tried was somewhere in the middle. It retails for $32 on Amazon and it is from Fisher-Price. This bath does take them from newborn phase all the way to toddlerville, and it comes with different parts and pieces that actually make it an adjustable bath for all of those age ranges. For the newborn phase, it comes with a sling that is removable, but that allows your baby to be completely supported, held above the water line, but also submerged enough that they're staying warm. Then once they're too big for the sling, you just pop that out and it has a no-slip divider that keeps them from sliding all the way into the water. Once your baby's ready to sit up, it actually comes with a seat that just pops into the tub and it allows them to have a little bit more support for sitting up and playing in the bath. And then once your child is too big for all that extra stuff, you just remove it and you're still left with a bathtub that's significantly smaller than a normal adult-sized bathtub, so you don't need to use as much water. When it comes to splurging or saving on this item, I think it's definitely worth spending enough that you're getting versatile use out of the product over a long period of time, but I don't think you should spend too much because, let's be real, it's just a plastic tub full of water. Now it's time for a little me time, or lack thereof. In this segment, I share time-saving beauty products and hacks to give you a little bit of me time in half the time, because as moms, we have no time. Whether you've got stuff to do, errands to run, or you're not leaving the house at all, sometimes it just makes us feel a little bit better to look pulled together when we catch a glimpse of ourselves in a mirror. Today, I'm gonna show you a makeup in minutes tutorial for a no foundation, no concealer everyday look. It will take a maximum of 7 minutes to do. Because I'm skipping foundation and concealer, I am gonna color correct my face. I'm using peach to combat the dark circles under my eyes and green to combat all of the redness that I have on my skin. The colors I'm using are highly pigmented, which is great for correction, but I wanna make sure that I dilute them by putting a few drops of beauty oil on a beauty blender. Once the colors are blended well into my skin and I've got a blank canvas, I just use a big fluffy brush and I cover my face in Charlotte Tilbury's pressed powder. This stuff is magic. A great time-saving product to have is a palette that covers all of your bases. basis. You've got your bronzer, you've got your blush, you've got your highlighter, and you've got all of the eyeshadow colors that you would need on a day-to-day basis. For every day, I just like to use a really basic taupe color all over my lid and along my lower lash line, and then I go in with an angled brush to apply a darker brown to my lash line upper and lower to give me a more defined look. Speaking of products that cover all your bases, find a mascara that does the curling for you. It just opens up my eyes without having to curl with an eyelash curler. Because this is a casual look, I just want a lip tint that's gonna give me a pop of color and hydrate my lips really well. That's it, good to go in 7 minutes, and if you weren't showing off products like I was, you could definitely get this done in well under that. Now, what would a hashtag MomLife episode be without a mommy brain game? And of course, this is not a brain game because I have total mom brain and I would fail that.
This week's game is actually more of a quiz. You're gonna learn something, viewers are gonna learn something.
Wonderful.
You know, it might be funny.
There you go.
It might be surprising. You ready?
Yes.
What's the largest amount of babies ever given birth to in one pregnancy? 6? Is it 8? Or is it 5?
I know this because there's a woman called Octomom and she had 8 babies.
That's very good, yeah.
And she wants to look like Angelina Jolie too.
Does she?
Bet you didn't know that.
I did know that. I had that written here.
Okay.
But did you know she'd already had 6 kids prior to that?
No.
Yeah.
So she has 14 children?
She might have more. I didn't really spend that much time looking her up. Is everything just falling out of there now? I don't know.
Ooh. You do you, Octomom.
What do you think was the longest ever labour? 3 days, 10 days, or 72 days?
3 days. There's no way it could have been longer than 3 days.
The longest ever labour was 72 days.
72 days?
Yeah, she was in labour for 72 days and she had to remain in the upside down position for 24 hours a day for 2.5 months.
Oh my God. To
Yeah.
the Polish lady whose name we can't pronounce.
What do you think the fastest ever recorded labour is? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 2 minutes?
Minutes? The longest one, whatever the longest one is.
The longest one I said was 10 minutes. No, 5 minutes. It only took her 3 pushes.
So like her water broke and she was just like, hi baby. I didn't have to push. Is that the noise you make when you push a baby out of your hoo-ha?
How old do you think the oldest mother ever to give birth was? 55, 85, or 72?
The youngest, 55.
A lady from India in 2016, she was 72.
And she got pregnant?
She was 72, yeah.
That's like a miracle baby. That child's meant to do great things.
Most amount of kids with the same mum. 21, 69, 40.
I'm gonna go with 40.
The greatest officially recorded number of children born to one mother is 69.
Just imagine what that hoo-ha looks like.
I don't want to imagine.
My dad's dad was one of 23. That's why I felt like 40 was like a good number. 69.
What do you think the longest you can go without sleep is? 100 hours, 510 hours, or 264 hours?
When you say the longest you can go, like, do you just die?
I don't know.
I mean, I've definitely been at the point where I thought I might die because I was so tired. 200 and something.
Yeah, 264 is the longest anybody went without sleeping.
What were they doing? Before we wrap things up, it's time for What Would Shenae Do? Disclaimer, I am not telling you what I think you should do because I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just letting you know what I do. What happens when you lose your patience when taking care of Bowie? Whoo-sa. Namaste. La 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 la. La, 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 la. Woo! Usually when I'm starting to lose my patience with the situation, I feel like she's too little to really lose my patience with her in particular, but I definitely do lose my patience. And those are the moments where you just have to step away, take a breath, and hopefully, you know, text my husband or call him, or if he's there, just make him make me laugh, which is never hard to do. Does your baby girl sleep through the night? Did you sleep train? Well, yes, I did sleep train. And no, she does not sleep through the night. I have yet to figure out how to eliminate the one night feed that still exists. I will let you know when I do. I'll probably look a lot better and happier because I won't be so damn tired. Do you and your husband share taking care of the household? Very early on in our relationship, I think we kind of did this unspoken designating of household roles. He does all of the mopping and vacuuming and surface wiping and garbage taking outing, and I do, just kidding, I do help around the house, but he actually does do all of the vacuuming and mopping. And fun fact, Bowie likes to be worn by him while he's doing it, so much so that the other day I was playing with her and he pulled out the vacuum to vacuum and she started crying because she wanted to be involved in the vacuuming much more than she did playing with me. Have you noticed any of your personality traits in Bowie? Well, she thinks my husband's really funny, which I do too. She is super determined, which I think she gets from me because she just will not stop until she gets something done when she's gotten it in her head. Whether that's, sitting up or, if she wants to stand up, she doesn't know how to do it, but she will go board straight until you help her stand up. And I think she gets that determination from me. And she has one mean, dirty look, which I think probably came from me. If you guys want your questions answered and featured in the next episode, then make sure you are following me on Instagram and keep an eye on my Insta stories because that is where I collect the questions for this segment. If you guys want to navigate this mom life thing together, then make sure you click the link below to sign up for my email list where you'll receive updates, perks, all things to do with mom life, and you'll also get an exclusive invite to the private Mom Life Facebook group where I will be going live tomorrow to elaborate on all of the topics covered in this episode and answer any questions you may have. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, mamas.